What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be doing a comparison of the S.T.Dupont line 1 versus line 2. So here we've got two examples of vintage references. The one on the left here, your line 2 is from the 90s, and this guy over here, the line 1, BS, I'm pretty sure it was. I can't remember the BR, the BS. I keep mixing those two around. However, this one is from the late 70s, I believe, mid 70s, both in pristine condition. However, this one is in a little more immaculate condition than the line 2. So you can see it's got a few scratches, general signs of wear, as expected. So we'll be going over a few components that make, I guess, desirability between the two, which also touch on to personal preference. So the design, starting off with the design element, on the line 1, very traditional. It's got very nice boxy look to it. Proportions are correct. I mean, feels absolutely exceptional in your hand. And just even using the lighter, it's got the ping, infancy of the ping, how it started off for the DuPont lighters. You can take a close look there. So the design element on this is just traditional, absolutely original. And if you're looking for more of a vintage style S.T.Dupont, that'll set you back a little less than the line 2s. This is a perfect example, and they definitely hold more gas than the line 2s, for sure, in that regard. So the design element is absolutely classic, unmatched for a lighter from that era. However, going on to the line 2, the design is a lot more sleeker, refined. I mean, it even feels like a sturdier lighter. The build, the hinge, the mechanism, everything just feels a lot more solid on it. And even just looking at it, it looks like a more modern lighter, for sure. It's got less of a vintage appeal as opposed to the line 1s. The line 2s are slightly thicker, a bit shorter. Sorry, the line 1s are a bit thicker, shorter. The line 2s are quite slender in comparison. Better fit in your hand and pocket. Definitely. It's got the signature ping, very prominent, unmistaken. You can't mistake that ping. You can hear it from across the room. It's got an unmistakable sound, whereas the line 1 doesn't really have too of a prominent ping. However, if you're close to it, you will be able to hear it resonate. The dimensions, the weight on both lighters is substantial. However, the line 2 is little bit heavier, feels sturdier. Just everything feels more refined on the Line 2, hence the price difference as well, and desirability factor. The flame regulation on both are different. So the Line 1, you'll see there's only one sort of valve port there. Here you've got two. So the flame regulation on the Line 2 is definitely more easily accessible, more practical, and I like the form, how it's a mini roller, mini version of the front roller, which is cute, seeing it on the lighter. Just being able to adjust the flame with that, much easier, as opposed to having to turn it to the bottom, pulling out your little notch for the flame adjustment like the Line 2. I mean, it is a bit of an annoyance, but if that's not really a concern, I wouldn't take it too hardly. And the price point between the two, so there's definitely a drastic price point difference between the two. So your line 1 entry level, I mean vintage secondhand, set you back around maybe 350 Australian dollars in good condition. Similar to this condition, definitely around that $300 mark. However, you might be able to pick one up on auction for cheaper. They do go on auction quite frequently, and the prices drastically vary on the winning bids. So if you're looking for just an entry-level luxury lighter, definitely go with the Line 1 with the flame adjustment on the top, with having the roller. I think it's the BR or the BS. And the Line 2, in regards to price, will probably set you back anywhere from $500 to $1,000 secondhand, vintage, especially in good condition. It's gonna set you back closer to the $1,000 mark, and box and papers even more. So the price doesn't really vary too much for the Line 2. So if you're lucky to be able to find one for a good price from a reputable seller, definitely pick that up. Great investment lighter, and they're always desirable. So they're very liquid as opposed to the Line 1s. And choice of yours is just personal preference, what you're going to be using it for, how often you're going to be using it, the frequency of lights. So you want to take into consideration multiple factors before making a purchase. It is quite a large sum of money to be spending on a lighter, and especially of this caliber. So it's not like a Zippo and all those lighters you generally hear of. So choice is personal preference. I definitely prefer the Line 2s just because of the design element, and it's just like a piece of jewelry, I guess. Unnecessary to be spending that much on a lighter. However, if you enjoy the finer things of life, you definitely would want to be investing in one of these. So I hope that helped clear the options for you guys, which one you want to pick up. And Hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.